Well, good evening. Welcome to the Mercer County Community College Jazz Band 2020 Fall Virtual Concert. We'd like to thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us this semester. And more importantly, this is like the end of the semester celebration. And not just the semester this time, it's the end of 2020. And I think we're all looking very, very forward to starting a new year and a new year where we can get back to something that is normal and some form of normalcy. So it's hard to believe this is our second virtual performance in 2020. Back in May, we put together a Zoom webinar a few months after the wheels came off the earth. And we thought that would be it. It'd be a one time event. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be great. And sadly, that wasn't the case. We're here again doing it another chance. And I can't say enough. As you see, we've got all kinds of things with technology, right? Some of us were able to use this virtual background that's was designed originally by Galore for us, one of our students. And some of us aren't able to use it. We've got technology all over the world when it comes to remote learning in 2020. But these guys, they've stuck with it. They've done their things, and we need to think about and take a moment, that and thank everybody and make sure to keep in our hearts and minds all the healthcare workers, all the essential employees, everybody who's done everything they could for us to be here and to like let us have a sense of normalcy during anything but normal times. So a lot of the students who you see on your screen tonight, these are all our jazz band students. A lot of them have been working in these essential worker roles while taking remote learning, while being full-time college students. They're there stocking shelves, getting us the most important thing, coffee, and making sure we're okay, and taking care of us. And they're doing this. They're facing the same things that we're all dealing with, right? And everybody's been facing through this pandemic while continuing their studies. So last time around, we had the privilege of about 7 weeks of rehearsal before we did a webinar. Tonight, you're looking at this band. A lot of these guys have never met. They've never actually met each other yet. They've never had the opportunity to play together, right? We're meeting twice a week on Zoom, and it's awesome. It gives us a chance. It kind of looks like this some weeks, and we've got them playing one at a time. We can't play all together at once due to latency issues. The internet has not figured that out yet. So we're meeting one at a time. We're listening to each other play and critiquing each other. We're trying to make everything work, right? And they've done it. But it's crazy, right? Like, because bands come together how? By playing together. By playing together. They get a groove. This thing, this intangible thing, you just can't, you don't get it without playing together. It's about being together. It's about being in the same room, playing music together, learning how to adjust to where the drummer puts the beat, where the bass player puts the beat, where anybody puts the beat, right? Moving together, speeding up, slowing down, all these things, feeding off of energy. These guys are giving us solos. They're recording and playing solos for us, guessing what's going on from the other people. David Grafe, who we can't thank enough, has gave us so many drum tracks for this tonight. Uh, he'd give us our drum tracks. We're sending it out for everybody to try to play their parts off of. But I mean, you're guessing. Everything is a guess. These they've never done this. A lot of these students are been out of high school for a year or two, and all of a sudden they're expected to be able to play together in this remote world. And it's pretty amazing, I think, what they've pulled off. And I think it's really important. Um, Arts, right? Arts education from beginning of time. It's one of the most important fundamental thing. Plato's Republic, right? Music, it's there. It gets your soul. It touches you. It hits your senses. It touches you right to your soul, moves you forward. Music's not music and all of the arts. They're not meant to be a special taught every few days in school. They're essential to an education. They're what makes us people. It's what brings humanity about in all of us and helps us share that with other people. So throughout history, we can look back and see paintings and architecture and read literature and listen to music and hear what was going on during different times. So during this time, there's going to be some amazing art, some amazing literature, some amazing music being shared and written for the world to remember this crazy year of 2020. We've never faced anything like it, but tonight we're going to celebrate with arts. We're going to try to use it as a way to have a memory of something that we all want to forget. But we do have a memory. This band has come together in a Zoom meeting twice a week for 14 weeks, and they've bonded in a different way than anybody can talk about. Sorry, I get emotional. But this is a this is our way to share what we were able to do in spite of COVID, in spite of remote learning. So before I get too far off, we're going to start sharing some music because I can't handle it. I will be posting the program you saw earlier when we started this event for you guys. I'll put it in the chat a number of times tonight so that you can have it as well. And let me try to do that now. And this will take me an extra second. This is the one thing we weren't really able to practice beforehand. So let me throw into you the program that Liz Raza, our wonderful TA, worked insanely hard on getting together for you guys and making sure that everybody could have this tonight. So just give me, if you can bear with me 1 second. This is the one part I was not completely ready for, I will say. And of course, I'm still not ready for. So I will present it. It's on my computer. I will get it to you. But we'll start you off. I'll let you know as I find it as this music is playing. Our first song of the night, we start like we always do. Something with soul, something with groove. We need a groove. Every semester I challenge the band. It's always been a rhythm section. You guys got to learn a song by ear, right? Like that's the real world. You go to a gig, people are sending you tunes to learn. You got to do it by ear. You got to figure it out. So this semester I said, hey, you guys are home. You got some extra time. I mean, our commute's a lot easier now than it used to be, except when my cats block my stairwell. You got some more time to listen to some tunes. Let's use ear training. Let's put everything we've worked on together. So we made the horns. We made the entire band learn this first song by ear. And they did it. I think they did an awesome job. It's a song from 1967 by the band The Barkays. It was their first release on Stax/Volt Records. It was a number 3 R&B hit, believe it or not. And this song, it was the B side of the song was Knucklehead, which I find kind of comical during this past year. We've got Mr. Michael Williams on guitar. We've got Andrew Morales on trumpet. And we've got Vanessa Garcia on piano. And this is our version of Soulfinger. Soulfinger. I'd say they did an awesome job. I think they killed it. It's not letting me share our program for some reason. It's something I continue to work on. So I will just keep sharing it in between here and there to make sure you guys can keep up, because I want to make sure everybody gets their just due. Because I mean, these guys, like I said, I can't say enough. I truly can't say enough. You guys worked so hard this semester through some just amazing, amazing, horrible circumstances, and you pulled it off. So our next song that we're going to bring for you is from 1940. One of the great jazz composers, one of the greatest jazz composers of all time, Mr. Duke Ellington, wrote a song called Concerto for Cootie to feature the great trumpet player Cootie Williams, who was with him at the Cotton Club from 1929 to 1940. 1944, Bob Russell adds some lyrics to the song, and it becomes a number one hit for 8 weeks on the R&B charts, and it hits number 3 on the pop charts. So we've got featured for you the person who brought us this lovely virtual background, Miss Gailore Kalachi, all the way from Persia, singing with Andrew Morales again on trumpet and David Kane on bass. The thing I want you to see is when you look at this band, these guys worked hard. You're going to hear more than one trumpet. Andrew played all 4 trumpet parts. Then our alto sax player, unfortunately, was unable to join us. He, like a lot of us, dealt with some illness and problems this semester. So Andrew said, I got it. Let me play the alto parts. Our trombonist, new to the band, Mr. Jalen Johnson, you see here on your screen, said, I got it, man. I can play all those trombone parts. We're good. And here we are. We're going to bring this one to you now. This is the hit song from 1944 with vocals called Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me.
Until you hear from me, pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seam of anyone's dream? It's over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the word of others you heard, I haven't a chance. True, I've been seen with someone new, but does that mean that I'm untrue and we're apart? The words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss me, cloud my memory, and other arms may hold the thrill. But please do nothing till you hear from me, and you never will. with someone new, but does that mean that I'm untrue? And we're apart. The words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss me cloud my memory, and other arms may hold the thrill. But please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will, and you never will, and you never will.
Do nothing till you hear from me. I think we've got now in the video, or in the chat, we do have the program available. There is Miss Galora Kalachi, who we just heard sing that amazing song, and she was joined here by Mr. Andrew Morales on trumpet, who we also heard and playing four trumpets, playing alto saxophone, you name it. This guy, he just worked super, super hard. And then, of course, we've got Mr. David Kane, who joins us tonight. You might remember him. He was in the band before. This guy went off to Berklee College of Music, and ended up on a virtual remote program there. So we were fortunate enough to get him back this semester at Mercer, and we were glad to have him here. He did some great bass work for us, and what a pleasure. So if you click on the link I put in the chat, you will be able to access the program. There is some white noise that creeps in every now and then for some reason. Zoom does not like the amount of audio quality we've been pushing through. So there is occasionally a quick little pause I have to throw in. The students are being great about letting me know when it hits because it doesn't come in on my side. So there we go. This next song that we're going to bring for you, I will continue to put in the program for who's coming in, those coming in later. The next song is one from 2012. And I had the great fortune to work with one of the greatest blues guitar players alive, named Miss Debbie Davies. She did a record in 2012 that I was very lucky to be a part of, called After the Fall. And this song was written by her drummer and longtime drummer composer, Mr. Don Castano. We're going to be featuring Miss Cameron LeCain for you on vocals. And we're also going to be featuring, it's kind of fitting that the song was written by the drummer, because when we were looking for who wants to play a solo on a song by Debbie Davies, right? She's one of the great blues guitar players there is. It's just a song that always hit me. It was a groove I thought this band needed to get together and learn. So our drummer steps up. And those of you who have heard rumors about me, they're all untrue, of course. These students like to say I make a lot of drummer jokes. Completely. That'd be like saying I make singer jokes. Never happens. But it is what it is. These kids nowadays. But Mr. David Greif comes in, not only lays down the drums for us, but lays down Debbie's guitar solo pretty much note for note with his own vibe. So here you go. This is All My Forgiveness.
You know exactly what you said. You know exactly what you've done. Don't wait too long to say you're sorry, or all my forgiveness will be gone. You know that I'm a patient woman, but I just can't keep holding on. Don't wait too long to say you're sorry, or all my forgiveness will be gone. Be gone. Why you wanna go and make me take a second? All you gotta do is say you're sorry, turn the page, close the book. Who needs a man that won't apologize when he knows that he's wrong? Don't wait too long to say you're sorry, or all my forgiveness will be gone, be gone. Why you wanna go and make me take a second look? All you gotta do is say you're sorry, turn the page, close the book. Who needs a man that won't apologize when he knows that he's wrong? Don't wait too long to say you're sorry, or all my forgiveness will be gone, will be gone, be gone, I'll be gone.
Cameron LeCane. Yes, so good is right. You killed it. And you're even getting props from Emma Hornick, who was a world class vocalist in her own right. So for her to be screaming out. And Mr. Mike Dodder, I see, I want to say that was Mike Dodder is our longtime helper here. He comes up with arrangements. He did that arrangement for us. Thank you, Mike, so much. I meant to mention that before. You're actually going to get to hear Mike on one of the next songs we play. Cam did it. What about David too, man? What a great guitar solo. The whole band. You guys are just grooving so hard. I can't say enough. It's awesome. So normally our concerts, if you've been to our concerts at Kelsey Theater, we usually do about 10 to 12 songs. And we break it up with some small groups and things like that. And then I get to thank everybody. So tonight we're doing 6 songs. And I mean, I, of course, I expect these kids to be able to do 50 songs every semester because, I don't know. I mean, somebody's got to hold them to a standard, and that's just how I am. I think they should be professional musicians. That's what we're trying to teach them. They should be able to do everything we throw at them. So, we did 6. And when I was a little boy, like, we should have done more, they were kind enough to remind me about all the rehearsals we had last semester and how that's why we were able to do more. And truthfully, I'm the only one editing all of this music. So some of these songs are about 24 to 26 tracks of mixing. And yeah, it's a lot of time, but I tell you what, man, it's worth every second. Like to just see these guys here right now. And I wanted to put together some fancy videos like you've been seeing flying around online. And I do plan on doing it. We're going to have our own department page on the Mercer County site soon, and I'm going to save the videos for that. What I wanted is I wanted them to be seen tonight. As much as I love those videos and having done all the editing that goes into this, I can totally understand how much work goes into that. I wanted them to be seen. I wanted you guys to see their reaction. I wanted this to be an event that you were at. And this feedback you guys are throwing in there, it's awesome. I want them to be able to see that in real time. And I want you to be able to see the reactions. So that's maybe what's different about us, right? Like these guys bust their butts for everything they do, and they deserve to be seen and recognized. So and the other people who deserve that too is I just want to make sure to reach out. I don't want to forget anybody, so I am trying to read a little bit here because it's hard. I just finally got comfortable reading and talking to you guys on stage, and doing this on Zoom I do this like what 20 hours a week, but it's different in this situation. But I want to reach out. We have to thank everybody. We've got some amazing faculty in our music department. You guys should come and be a part of this. It's awesome. We got Dr. Mark Jerison, who I saw was here tonight, an amazing composer, an amazing teacher. He's been with us. He helps everybody. He's there for everything we do. Dr. Lou Woodruff, who runs Community Band, who's putting together some videos that we're going to be sharing with you on our YouTube page as well. We've got Jay Grubb teaching our history of pop classes, our music business classes. Bill Corvino, our amazing guitar instructor. Janine Hayden, great vocalist, great piano instructor. Jim Holton, another amazing pianist we have. Jean Morrow running our chamber ensemble this semester. She came to us after she retired from the West Windsor district, and we were just so lucky to be able to pull her into this world and help our students out. Elizabeth Scardino, who's our woodwinds instructor, Josh Wilson, the great piano teacher who literally does everything you could ever ask him to do. You'll see him on stage the next time we're out there. He plays trombone for us as well. Joe Fossey on drums. Bob Gravener is our brass teacher. Those of you in the Hamilton area know Bob great. We're so fortunate to have him. Him and Andrew are working together, so it's amazing. Tammy Kazmierak from Wisconsin joined our staff this semester to help out on our harp students. We have William Marshall with our classical voice students, Anne Marie Paklembo, another legend in the Hamilton area, especially as our string teacher, the incomparable TA, Miss Elizabeth Raza, who we wouldn't be here without. She does everything before. Even we're remote, you would think it would be easier. Like no, she can still answer an email before I hit send. She's got it figured out for us. She does so much for so many of us. We can never thank her enough. Our dean, Dr. Dylan Wolf, who's you know fought so hard for us. It's thanks to him that we're able to have this webinar tonight. He made it happen. He really appreciates us. And Dr. Plob Kleinschmidt, who was here before him, and all the work they've done to really help us and help our students chase their dreams, right? Music is about chasing your dreams. And it's important. Without music, I wouldn't want to be in this world. We need music. We need creativity, and we need as much of it as we possibly can have. So, and of course, we've got to thank all of the staff. We've got to thank administration, right? All of our administration has supported us, all the staff at Mercer. Without them, we can't do any of this. So it's a huge thank you and shout out to everybody who's made this work this semester. So as we get back into the music here, this next one is a bit different. It's even for us, this is a bit different, and we've done some different songs. But we started to talk about this song last semester. It's by one of the most fun bands you can ever see live. It's and I'm not a dancer, but you got to get up and move. You can't stand still when you listen to this band. And we've seen him a few times. One of their percussionists was somebody I was fortunate enough to play some gigs with years ago. And I reached out to him about this song. And I said, his name is Rowan Kamani. The band is called Red Barat. And I asked him, I said, we're doing this song. What can you tell me? And he said, well, this was one of the ones that he actually wrote himself, singing as our modern composers often do, hearing melodies in his head, singing them into his iPhone, and be able to catalog them because they're touring at this point all over the world. There's no rehearsals. Their rehearsals are sound checks, which is what happens to most bands as they get larger and larger. So he brought this one to the band, and he said the title came from being on a tour bus in Europe, coming over one of those hills and seeing the sunrise. And that's really what it is. It's called Horizon Line. We reached out to Mr. Dodderer to arrange it and also to play some trombone on it, because when Mike does your trombone arrangements, since Mike is a world-class trombone player, he writes some really, really difficult trombone parts. And Jalen was recording 4 parts on every song for us. So we decided we give him a break on one because we got to be nice. He's new. We're trying to keep him around for a while. This one's also going to feature Mr. Andrew Morales on trumpet, Mr. Mike Dodderer on trombone, David Greif on drums, percussion, and another guitar solo. This is Horizon Line. I hope you enjoy it. This one was perfect for us. All the angst, all the being stuck in our house for 9 months of March now, we got to get out on this one. So hope you enjoy this one. Horizon Line. David Greif on the shredding guitar solo, huh? Mike Dodderer, I wanted to bring him in, but I didn't prepare him. I was going to make him a temporary panelist, but I was like, that's not fair to do to somebody when they're not ready. Andrew Morales, we've got two songs left, and I just want to make sure. It's just not. I think I want to make sure you guys get to see everybody here. Mr. Jalen Johnson here, our trombone player, who repeatedly, again, for trombone, his first semester at Mercer, he's never met anybody in this band outside of this kind of setting. We met once at the college. I mean, it's amazing what he's been able to do. We've got here, of course, Mr. Michael Shager, who's been with us now for a number of semesters working on things. And he's grown so much as a guitar player. He just keeps growing and growing each semester for us, working his tail off. We've got here a new to jazz band again. We've got Mr. John Cipriano, who you're going to hear playing. He just played some guitar on that last track. You're going to hear his solo on our last song of the night as well. So happy that he's still got some time left in jazz band because we plan on using him up as much as possible. Again, we saw this man earlier, but it's worth it. Mr. David Kane, our Berkeley boy. One semester at Berkeley is all he needed. He came back to Mercer. He couldn't get enough of us, so he came back and joined us all over again. We're going to make sure his grades are bad and his transcript doesn't get sent over, so he has to be here for a while. I know Michael Williamson, we can't see him on his screen. I think he prefers it that way. He's a man of mystery. We heard him on Soulfinger earlier. He's playing guitar. He is the guy. If I need something, he will get it done for us in a heartbeat. It's out of this world, what Michael has done for us. And, this is all new for him, all this kind of stuff. And he just does it all the time. We've got here, I'm trying to bring up, and I think I just hit the wrong button. Apologize. This is the second time I've ever used Zoom in this setting. We've got Mr. Silas Rivera here playing tenor saxophone 1, tenor saxophone 2. He's making it work each semester for everybody. Here we have as well Danny Dominich, who has sent in our recordings. Is on percussion. He's playing drums. He's been doing a lot in between. I mean, a lot of our students are at home. They're trying to do things from at home, which means other people are at home. People are, on meetings. They're in calls. People working from home. It can be so much. Here we've got somebody who we were fortunate to get thanks to remote learning, Miss Vanessa Garcia. She came into jazz band saying, whatever you need, I'll do. And she did it. You've heard her play piano tonight. You've heard her play flute tonight. You've heard her play guitar already tonight. It is awesome what she has done in one semester. She's been like the next Mike Williamson for us, the automatic, the go-to, who you can trust. I'll save this. I think we've got, I guess we got to do this or everybody will say I'm picking on drummers again. Mr. David Greif on drums, guitar. It's been incredible. So there's two people I didn't show because there are two vocalists and we're going to be showing one of them right now because this next song will be featuring once again, Miss Gaylora Kalachi. And she'll be singing a song that was originally written in 1972 by Leon Russell. It was the B-side of a song he did called Tightrope. It did okay. It ended up on some film soundtracks and had some hits. But a couple years later in 76, George Benson did a record called Breezin' featuring this song. And it was huge. It was number 10 on the Billboard charts, which if you think about that, for like a soul kind of jazz song, that's just about unheard of. Everybody else since has recorded it and done amazing versions. We took this version. It's arranged by Rick Stitzel. We feature Gaylore. We're featuring Mr. Andrew Morales again on the trumpets. And we've got an alumnus of the Mercer County College jazz band, Mr. Mac Arjulo, joined us on vibraphone. This is the hit song from 1976 called This Masquerade.
talk it over, but the words got in the way. Lost inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts of leaving disappears every time I see you. No matter how hard I try to understand the reason that we carry on this way. We're lost in this masquerade. Both afraid to say, but too far away from being close together from the start. We try to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts of leaving disappears every time I see you. No matter how hard I try to understand the reason that we carry on this way. We're lost in this masquerade. We're lost in this masquerade. We are lost in this
Lore, Mac Arjulo, Andrew Morales, this masquerade. And no sax parts, man. Andrew playing the sax, Silas playing the sax. There's a lot of 16th notes in there, and on purpose even. So it was something special. Um, so our last song is one of these. I always try to pick something special for last, and sometimes they're fun. Usually, it's some kind of social message in there somehow because again, music tells a story. It tells where we're at. And this song, it came to me. I was fortunate enough. One of the groups I was playing with, they brought it into some of the jobs we were playing, and it really, I was like, oh man, I loved this song when it came out back in. It was released in 1988. It was written in 1987, and it always just kind of pulled me. And thinking about this year and thinking everything that's gone on, it just seemed the most fitting, perfect way for our concert to end. Written in 1987 by this amazing jazz artist. Maybe some of you heard of. He had a little band called the Police for a few years, and then he went on with this Sting thing that seemed to work out pretty well for him. And 1988, his second solo album was called Nothing Like the Sun. He put this song on. It was a tribute to the American civil engineer named Ben Linder, who was working in a small village in Nicaragua, trying to design a hydroelectric a dam to bring electricity to a place with none. Um, he was killed by the Contras. So those of you who are old enough to remember that, it was a pretty huge deal during that time frame. And Sting wrote this song in memory of him and in a tribute of him. And it's gone on to become this song for terrible situations as a reminder to all of us. On September 11th, when we had the horrific events happen here, Sting had been rehearsing in Italy with his all star band for a performance to be online. And a lot of New Yorkers in that band. And they came out that evening and performed this song and stopped the rest of the broadcast. And they did it as respect and a way what music does, it heals. Something to give back in a time when words don't work. He performed it again the next year at the Salt Lake Olympics in 2002 with Yo-Yo Ma and another amazing version, and it's just become this song that has been the song we think of when we think, unfortunately, of horrible times, but also of the great unification of music. It's the universal language. It's the one you can go anywhere in this world, have differences of opinion, have differences of everything, but you can sit down and play songs together. And it's pretty amazing. Don't need to speak the language. It's its own language that we share. And it's a great reminder that we're all in everything together. This past year, everything between the pandemic, the ongoing, societal injustice, everything that we're still dealing with. It's a good reminder. We're all in this together. We can all help each other get through it. We can all just be good to each other and make it a better place. So this is featuring. I actually broke out my arranging books and put an arrangement together for this. And I heard Cam's voice the whole time I was working on this arrangement, and what she did to it, it almost brought tears to my eyes. It's so much more powerful what she did. It's awesome. This is also going to be focusing featuring Vanessa Garcia on guitar, Andrew Morales again on trumpet, John Cipriano on guitar. Some guy named Scott Hornick actually had to take a bass solo since he did the arrangement. He figured he could buy like 16 measures of solo or something. But it's not about any of that. This is all about Cam. This is all about the reminder of, I think, everything that we should keep in mind. This is Sting's famous song, Fragile.
blood will flow when flesh and steel are one, drying in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain wash the stains away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act is meant to cleanse the lifetime's argument, and nothing comes with violence, and nothing ever could. For all that's born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from the star, like tears from the star. On and on, the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on, the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from the star, like tears from the star. On and on, the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. Fragile, fragile, how fragile we are, fragile we are.
Cameron LaCane, Fragile. I begged her to say it for Jilly and she refused, I will say. Um, they dared me to mention that, so, you can't dare me to say anything. Thank you all. What she did with that, Vanessa Garcia on guitar. Again, I can't thank these students enough. I always say kids, and they're not kids, right? I mean, I guess the older I get, everybody seems like they're kids, but they're not. They're adults. This is our future. We need them. They're chasing their dreams at Mercer County Community College. And as somebody who went to Mercer County Community College a few years back, I can't say enough about it. It changed my life. It helped me get myself together and move forward. And I'm getting to watch this happen with these guys. It's the greatest thing every day. And we gotta have we gotta hold them to high expectations. If they're able to do this remotely, imagine what they're gonna do live, right? Next semester, we are praying that we can have some outdoor rehearsals and find a way to have an outdoor performance. We'll socially distance, whatever we got to do. we need to share music and we need to be around each other and make music again, but not until it's safe, of course. But we need to. It was what these guys did, or it's just awesome. And it's what It's is all of our Mercer students. This is what they do. This is what they are. They exceed everybody's expectations beyond anything that anybody could ever hope. Put these students up against anybody in the world. It's the best. And there's still time for you to come and join. You could be a Mercer student just next semester. There's still plenty of time to sign up for the spring semester. So please do. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you come be a part of this or any of the programs at the college. Um, and again, thank you to everybody. If you have any questions, I really appreciate everybody coming out. Please feel free to reach out to me and our TA, Elizabeth Raza. Any questions you have about Mercer, follow us on all the various social media. We'll be putting this whole webinar will be going up on our MCC Music at MCC YouTube page in the next few days. And again, on our department page, we'll be putting up some videos of these songs showing these guys practicing along. But thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great holiday season, continues to have a great holiday season. Um, Stay safe. And I can't wait to see you guys all in person again very, very soon. And just thank you guys. Thanks to everybody for coming. Thanks to all of you students for everything you just did. That was awesome. I hope everybody has a good night. And I feel like the students will know this. So I feel like I have to end this concert with this.
That's all, folks.
That's how we've been ending remote control or remote classes all semester. So